And whose team is this? Is this your team, or is this your daddy's team?
Thanks for listening to the Dad Mode Podcast, common sense parenting in a politically correct world. Here's your host, Andy Carlson.
Welcome back to the Dad Mode Podcast, common sense parenting in a politically correct world. I'm a father. I have no idea what I'm doing, but you're either there chiefy, so let's try and learn something together today. Our website is dadmodepod.com, or just tweet at the show at dadmode, or just hashtag dadmode. Also, rate or review, iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio as well. So we're counting down. It is officially 50-ish, 60-ish days until child number 2 lands at the homestead, and we're starting to get ready. Where I didn't understand the premise of a mother getting ready to nest as the child is coming in, because when we had our first one, the daughter, we were living in an apartment at the time, so there wasn't really a lot of nesting going on. But now, since we've owned a home for 5 years? 4 or 5 years. Now I'm starting to see it manifest in kid number 2, as the wife is super pregnant, and as we're starting to count down, I'm starting to notice some idiosyncrasies and a couple of changes going on of getting ready for this baby. And I'm pumped. I'm very excited. And of course, fathers and daughters, there's a very special bond there. But there is something about that son to the dad, where the daughters, of course, you're the protector, and you want her you want to raise her to have character, and you want her to be able to see men in a positive light. So having that influence will greatly determine the type of partner she chooses in life, And with sons, it's like you have a carbon copy of yourself. It's just like cut and paste, and that kid is going to be. That boy is going to be just a miniature you, and there's so much knowledge and interest that you want to pass on. I just can't wait. Would have been thrilled, of course, if it had been another girl. Daddy's 2 little girls, but having one girl, one boy, it feels like you get the best of both worlds. And if we have more children in the future, that's just icing on the cake, isn't it? Yeah. But with the nesting, we're working on getting the bedroom reordered, because the kid is going to sleep in the bedroom as the wife is nursing for the first whatever months it is. So making some room, we got the baby sleeper or the bassinet, whatever it is, and we're cleaning out all the drawers. Also go through your drawers in your closet, because there's probably an amazing amount of stuff that you don't even wear and you will never wear. So donate it and to Goodwill or wherever, because maybe someone will get some use out of it. Because I probably like 6 or 7 suits, and it was a combination of suits I don't wear anymore or suits that maybe don't fit so well anymore. Yeah. And I just think they're doing nothing for me in the closet. I'm not going to wear any of them ever again. Well, I kept 1 or 2 suits that in my rotation. I don't really wear suits that often. So just donating it to the Goodwill, I mean, someone may get some use out of it. Like someone maybe that was out of work, maybe on a little bit of a budget, and they need a nice suit for a job interview, and they pick up the suit that was sitting in your closet and that you were never going to wear again. All of a sudden they get that job and change their lives. So you can get some benefit out of it. So don't just throw it away. Donate it. Let's be real here. So the wife has been going through drawers and closets and a lot of the daughter's toys, because a lot like your clothes. I mean, there's so many toys that when she's at the store or Target, just got it. Oh, I will do anything for this toy. It's the greatest toy in the world. And then she plays with it for like a day, and then it just adds to the pile. And sometimes there's a comeback. Sometimes there's resurgence of toys, but usually not. And it's just wasteful. So donating those two and just getting that out of there, clearing out space, and it just makes me feel good. Like Marie Kondo is right. Just downsizing, becoming minimalists. I actually flirt with the idea of we should become tiny house people, because I could do it. I for sure could do it. Also like how they're minimalists and they get very creative with storage space. And, living out in the suburbs and everyone has houses that are like McMansions, and you have a 6-bedroom house for a family of 3. It's like, do you really need that much space? Do you really? Do you need 2 living rooms? Really? I understand it's the American bigger is better, that whole thing, but also, I mean, who are you really impressing? That's what I want to know. Again, and not faulting anyone with an oversized, massive house, because maybe they're going to fill it with kids, which would be a phenomenon. And don't get me wrong, storage space is always great, but I just feel like I could have a miniature house or like a mini cabin just out in the woods, living off the land, shooting a caribou, and just living my life with like a knife and a hatchet, just like that book Hatchet. I don't know, but this has actually been great because it's a little bit like spring cleaning, and I'm sort of understanding what this whole nesting thing is about, because we're getting everything ready. We're getting bottles, we're getting pumps, we're getting diapers, we're getting slings, we're getting all of the accoutrements for the baby. And also, it is so nice being the second kid, because the first kid, we had no idea what to expect. And I feel like that's the same with every parent, where the first kid just sort of knocks you on your ass, and you prepare or you over-prepare. And I'm glad that there is no baby shower for a second multiple kids, because you just need that first one to realize all the crap that people give you that you do not need. Like, there's so many baby care items that we have left over that were very nice gifts from friends and family that we just didn't use, like, at all. And a lot of this stuff, here's the thing though, a lot of the products, some parents and kid will swear by them. It's like, hey, this helped this kid X amount, but it could be completely useless for 9 other kids, because that's just how it rolls sometimes. So it is finding what you like, different strokes for different folks, that situation. And as a parent, it sucks to think about the implications of you or your spouse passing away, but you got to think about it, and you have to be prepared for the children's sake. TrustandWill.com is estate planning simplified, and you gain peace of mind, and you protect your assets as well as your family in the event of something terrible happening. And also, it takes 10 minutes online, starts at $39, and they offer guardianships, wills, and trusts in all 50 states. And we've already set up our will and a living will, as well as our guardianship plan in case something does happen to us. So easy to do. Plus, it gives you a little bit of peace of mind. Plus, you can take 10% off by going to trustandwill.com/dadmode or by entering promo code dadmode at trustandwill.com. Again, trustandwill.com/dadmode or use promo code dadmode and save 10% off. Trustandwill.com, estate planning simplified. Yeah, but going through this being the second kid, it's sort of been there, done that. There's no real anxiety of the hospital. And gosh, I remember with the first one, we had to go through like a tutorial class, because I remember we had to go, it was like, I want to say like 4 or 5 classes, like every other Tuesday or something like that. And you go and you meet the midwives and you talk about car seats. And it's like, I'm so worried about this car seat because the ball bearing, the BB inside that level thing is just a shade in the red. It's not fully in the blue. But now it's like, all right, is the kid in? Oh, we're good. Yeah, we're good to go. And the whole thing about, and I feel like this is where allergies, the prevalence of allergies have increased, where everyone is allergic to everything, whether it be peanuts, whether it be dander, whether it be whatever. And I do think I blame Purell. I fully do. Because you don't want your kid to be dirty. You don't want them eating on horse dung. You don't want to take it to that extreme. But also building up immunity and building up tolerances to germs and whatnot, I think that is important. So you have these kids that have been bathed in Purell, and they're basically the bubble boy. And then they go to like preschool or daycare, and they just get knocked on their ass. And some of the kids aren't even vaccinated, but that's a whole other argument for another day. So I don't think that's adding to the softness of the next generation, but I can definitely sense, and I was pretty indifferent about it. I was like, yeah, if you go to the bathroom, if you pee on yourself, wash your hands. Or if you get poop on your hands, wash your hands for sure. But yeah, I'm not as much of a stickler as the wife was, but also I've noticed that she's definitely relaxed her standards. Where it's like, the kid dropped an orange on the floor. As before, it was, well, we have to incinerate the orange. We have to we have to bleach the floor, and we have to move out of state. Whereas now it's like, all right, just eat the orange, whatever. Is there any hair on there? All right, no more hair. Just eat the orange. That's sort of. I feel like that does happen. Relaxed standards. Well, not even standards, but you're less overly cautious about things. And I think just being in the saddle and getting reps in, raising your kid, that certainly does help. And with the second kid, especially with the second kid being a boy, it's going to be like, yeah, whatever. Yeah. You want to play in the woods? Okay. Be home for supper. We'll see you at 5. Maybe not that extreme, but man, I sort of miss those days. And this is a bit of an old man back in my day sort of deal where I just getting together with the neighborhood kids and going out in the woods and hanging out and riding bikes and going fishing or throwing rocks at things. That was a big thing for 90s kids, just throwing rocks at stuff. And you would go on Saturday. You'd like leave in the morning after Saturday at cartoons at like 10. And no water, no food, no money. And you go hang out with your friends in the woods and play and do all this stuff. And then you'd be home at like 6 or 7 for dinner. And then that was it. And no one batted an eye. And I don't know if that was a small town thing because I grew up in a small town. But, I mean, now, we live in a pretty sizable suburb. Even me, like, I can't see that happening. And I certainly don't see parents doing that. Or don't even hear about that anymore because there has to be a supervisor. The kid has to have triple filtered water in a BPA free plastic bottle, and also they have to eat every 2 hours like they're a diabetic or they're a bodybuilder. Gotta get the protein in, bro. Man, times have changed, and for a lot of things, it's for the good, but a lot of ways, I feel like parenting has gotten polarized where it's don't care and care way too much because the prevalence of the helicopter parents is certainly there. And we actively try not to do that. Like it's even small things like the kid likes to be independent. So I generally let her pick out her clothes and then she puts her clothes on. Now, a helicopter parent could pick out the clothes and could dress her and could do all that stuff. But I like her being independent. So she knows how to tie her shoes. She knows how to put on her shirt or put on some she's got really cute like overall dresses and she knows how to clasp the overalls. Whereas it really is just small teachable things like that where the kid can do it on their own. Or because if you never let the kid do that, they're never going to learn. And that micro example exasperates itself out to macro examples, where the kid is never going to do things on their own and never really going to grow up. But either way, that's kid number 2. Really excited for the boy, and definitely a lot more at ease about the entire process. And again, like every pregnancy is different, and I'm sure there could be some bumps in the road, but overall, it's we're sort of been there, done that. And I love it, man. I can't wait. And that's the show. Tell a friend, spread the word. And we're available on iTunes, iHeartRadio, and Stitcher as well. Website is dadmodepod.com. But till next time, be a man, be a father.
Think the episode you just heard is worth $1? Well, send it our way. Visit dadmodepod.com/support to find out how. Be a man, be a father. Go Dad Mode. The music is created and produced by Deeb. To hear more of his tracks, visit soundcloud.com/Deeb.